here. I'm gonna wait till until we get somebody else's on here to show you what's going on. Still nothing. But like I'm saying, everybody's been getting their poison slides. So after this podcast, I'm gonna drop a post. I'm gonna be like, everybody, just drop your poison slide builds. I want to see them. I want to appreciate them, and because they look dope, guys. They really do. Like, I don't think y'all understand how dope these poison slides are in a general aspect. Like, these poison slides are truly remarkable. There you go. Hey, welcome. All right. Um, I have I'm still having difficulties on my camera viewing. No, no, no. Like scale fitting, display point. Like I on mine end, it's showing like normal size, but on their end, it's showing like it's super, super small. And I've been trying to figure that out. But anyways, ah, no, oops. If y'all can still hear us, that is my bad. All right. The screen just froze over here. Hold up. Hold up. No, I just dropped the podcast. Because like it's uh yeah. The poison slide. Oh god, can you hear me? The poison slide as a design. Now I've looked at it, me and you both looked at it. It's a remarkable design, correct? Like it is a like no, my whole thing on their end is like completely frozen. Um oh, 100%. Oh yeah. Like if if only y'all knew how much. Well, if you have one, you know. But if you know, you know. But hell, I've been on the inner loop on these poison slides back. Oh, when is it? I've been knowing about these late January, early February, somewhere in that somewhere in that domain. So like these slides are pretty. I've been knowing about it, and so the fact that I've been knowing about it has just been like, I want to tell y'all. I want to show y'all. I want y'all to understand. And Now it's just been bad. Like it's been crazy for y'all to now like be in the loop, or for y'all to finally get to see them and respect them and understand them. And can you even see me on your end still? Oh, oh, there we go. I don't know if I fixed my end. Okay, cool. Um, that's this one. That microphone there on my headphone. And I don't know why. I've been able to hear you. My issue's been trying to get it. Yeah, I'm playing off my phone. All right, there we go. All right. Um, it's not for everybody who's watching. It's not 110% done. No, no pistol builder ever is. But there it is. Hold up. Let me like maybe there's just too much light going on. I can fix that. There you go. Yeah, it's pretty. Um, I have the edge now. I mean, edge housing on the way, edge nozzle on the way. Um, from that point on, it's just like minor little bitty stuff that's gonna go into it now. Like different mag release, probably a different grip, maybe different pistol screws, um, pistol grip screws. I mean, man, but I feel like at that point it just take away just so much red. I just know. Ooh, there we go. I just know that that grip would just add a lot of red to it, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'll once I hold yours, I'll go from there. But really quick, because then I want everybody to see your pretty little build. Um, dude, I just and me and you both were sitting there talking about it. I just love all these cut throughs, all through here, and you get to see how every little thing works. And like you were saying, it makes everybody going to work a little bit harder just to go that extra mile just to do everything internally just right. Because if you, mm-hmm, rose gold, Mm. I feel like I definitely feel the whole 4-3 situation just because I had one. And so I understand your waiting game. I understand where you're coming from. I really do. But but I will say my poison slot still looks hella good. It looks hella good. I can hear you. Like I can hear you. Yeah. No, it says so. Uh, if you're in the comment section or you can comment, uh, let us know. Let us know. Just say like ask anything. But so far, my thoughts on the poison is I like it. I do like it. The only
It should hear me now.
the only thing that you know had me at concerns and had I guess a lot of people at concerns was that top screw that goes connects to the housing.
Hmm.
Um, I thought it was gonna sag too much. I thought me and you both thought it was gonna sag too much. It was gonna mess up the lining on your BB. It really doesn't. Like as long as you got a decent little aftermarket housing, um, it sits in there pretty comfortable. Like I will say that it.
It's good fitment then, because I mean, now I do say this. Like, say for mine, I've had until I find a smaller screw, which I did. And for y'all that are talking or listening, we're talking about that screw right there on top of the housing. So it goes in and hold your sights and actually goes into the housing itself. And then there's the one in the back that'll pull it towards the back and keep all that tension. Well, the poison slot only has the one for the back, not the top too. So that's what we was talking about. Is wonder how that's going to work. Now, granted, it does not have double the strength, so you're gonna have to make sure that that one in the back is tightened down. It's getting banged on from the hammer, um, so a little Loctite would go a long way for that. But from what I'm seeing with yours, until you shoot the shit out of it, you really won't know. But
Yeah.
um, the only turnoff for me, sorry, said the only turnoff for me, but I'm still gonna get one. The
Mhm.
4-3, if you ever come out with it, is the wings in the back of the slide, where you get that kind of handle kind of feel. That's a turnoff for me. It's an OCD thing.
See, for me, I feel like it's just subtle enough. You see what I'm saying? Like it's just enough to where you can hit one of those real quick, and it's not you can either hit it like that, like people normally do. What do people call it? Snake bite it, get it like that. It's just enough to where it's
It's got its nice little flair to it. I mean, I would like to have seen the I don't know. I think it's a lot to do with there's no way to grip it really without it, because there's no like stip link to the side of it. Like mine has a let me turn this. You know how, I mean, obviously you had this one. The kind of the stippled feel right there, where
right.
you could really grab it no problem and release. So that's something I thought about on that one.
I
Uh,
don't know.
I like it though. I like it a lot. I do.
I mean, I know I love it. I absolutely love it. But you also got to think, and for those who don't know, you can't. There's no adding or replacing or swapping out the back sight. It is all one piece. It's all there. Like there's no taking this off. Nothing. So in that aspect, where you do get that and you lose the whole back sight, like the little, just enough to grab it on the back is highly appreciated. Just because you have something to grab. You lose the stippling, but you also lose the backside, but you also still have something to have. Plus, I feel like in the viewing of that, I feel like you'll save so many nozzle springs.
I'd
Like you're
agree.
not
There's
you.
nothing scraping on the nozzle spring, and I've pointed that out before with Garner sights, and I think I have one. I do right here. The Garner sights likes to see, you can see where it's scrape. I did scrape it extra, just to kind of file it down. That's the same side as the nozzle spring. So when that nozzle spring keeps moving this way, it's actually slightly rubbing that, and you can actually hear it. Every time you rack it real slow, you can hear that spring scrape it, which could put some wear and tear on your springs. But I mean, we go through springs and nozzles more than anything else on the gun. Those are something. I mean, we keep backup. Like, hey, you
Right.
have a backup nozzle, you have a backup springs. Like everything else is fine. So with yours, it doesn't have that problem at all. So you just lube up your nozzle, throw it on there. I mean, the lube from the nozzle itself is going to get on the spring and it's going to glide pretty. So I don't see it ever having skipping issues, like it's getting, wanting to skip. And sometimes these screws for the sights, one of the screws I had was going through the sight, through the edge BBU, and then actually touching the top of the nozzle, which would cause the nozzle to slightly get stuck. So
Right.
once I backed it off, I realized what the problem was.
And just so y'all can, what's up? Just so y'all can realize what we're talking about. We're talking about when the housing, shoot, once it connects and you have all this, it scrapes running right in there. And since I basically don't have nothing for my nozzle spring to catch onto, it'll never scrape. So theoretically, it shouldn't, pop off or get caught, or I should never be able to blow out my nozzle spring. I should forever be able to.
Somebody asked me a minute ago where to get the screws. There's not really a place to get the screws so much that I know of. You might be able to find one that's not meant for it that'll work. But if you just order a sight, they usually come with them.
Now, is he talking about the?
He's talking about the same one we was talking about a minute ago for the sights. The one I said I
Um,
lost. I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about.
to my knowledge, Sutton may have some, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
I could be completely wrong, but there's a small chance that there may be some on LA Kappa. Who knows? Um, while we're talking about pistols and while it's out, what's in want to go ahead and talk about yours real quick since it changes so much
Mine has been changing a lot the
rapidly.
last week, but I'm trying to get it to what I want. Sorry, I got messages going in as well. And my wife's still napping, so I'm only going to talk to a minimum. I'm talking about what's on the inside of here real quick. The obviously Esmond knows everything, but y'all should get this edge nozzle and blowback unit. I'm not kidding. This is the short stroke long leg one. This thing is so snappy fast. I mean, other than that, it's just a AM, the cow guide rod. But if you notice, I have 5 buffers and that's the cow guide rod. So it's actually got the spacing and the spring in it. If y'all know what that is, right here, and it's teamed up on the 120 AIP spring. And it has the what do I have in there? Oh, the LA Kappa green bucking in it. But this nozzle, what's so fancy about this nozzle and why I wanted it is because it's so short stroke. Let me get this back on here. And Esmond has seen it in person. It's stupid how short it is. Now you would think that's not even going to fire. And Esmond's my witness. This thing fires every single round.
Single shot.
So it's coming back slightly to the tail right there. That's not far at all. So it's super snappy. And if you notice, that nozzle still gets in. Well, it's hard to say, but it's still getting stuck in that bucking really well. So there's good compression. It shoots a consistent, what I was shooting consistently, 117 the other day. Over and over and over and over. I think I jumped 0.02 just a couple times. Where I'd go down to 0.1, I think it was 1.15. And then back to 1.17.
Like, he only dropped maybe 0.02 of a joule every time that it was shot. So.
Yeah. And it's been awesome. I just put the new 9-ball mag release on it today. The Hex 9-ball trigger. Or, I'm sorry, hammer. It has an edge trigger. A 9-ball sear in it now. And it's really on the main parts that make it go zoomy. But I like it. But I am waiting on that Tornado and Conqueror, so this slide will go pretty quick. So we'll see. But yeah, I really like it. I had the pink 4.3 Battle Cat on it the last few weeks, and I finally let that go.
Man, there's been deals been made in the background that y'all just don't understand. Like, he has my old slide, but he has a whole bunch of new internals. Of the new Speed QB gun. Steve, you know anything about a new Speed QB gun?
Blowback Masters asked me, will y'all be at NA this weekend? We won't be.
Yeah, for everybody watching, we will not be at NA.
Wait, Speed QB gun, what'd you say?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Pistol?
Ice Airsoft just asked me. I wasn't heard or told of a new Speed QB gun.
He needs one?
No. Think about Leo, what do you think about the new Speed QB gun?
Is he talking about the new Speed QB poison? Is he just jumping in? Maybe that's could be what he's talking about, the new Speed QB poison slide. I mean, that is LA Kappa and...
If you're talking about the Speed QB slide, yeah, I love it. I have one.
Yeah, if
no, no, he says it's a rifle.
Yeah, I stay pretty up to date on them, and I can't think of a...
Me neither.
A single yeah, unless Blowback Master is talking about the KWA one. I mean, but that's KWA, like that's... Unless they designed it on there. I know they're real tough with KWA. I don't play with KWA. It's not appealing to me at all. They sound good.
All right, so if you follow me or anywhere, send me a picture of it so I can... Yeah, if you follow me anywhere, send me a picture of it. And if you send it to me soon enough, I'll... Is it KWA? I don't know. We'll keep it rolling. No, now I'm also very curious.
So I'm very interested at this point.
All right. Okay, hold up. I just gotta. Oh, okay, okay. Now I see what you're talking about. He's talking about the Adam and Eve project. It's the Speaky B KWA collaboration.
Okay, then
Yeah,
Ben hit that
yeah,
right. The KWA one.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I thought generally he was referring to pistols at first, being that was
no,
what we was talking about for the most part.
no.
My back hurts.
With the KWA Adam and Eve, yeah, it's the Eve edition.
Yeah.
For y'all who don't know, it's basically the TK45 in a more affordable SpeedQB edition. I mean, it's plastic, so it's very light, it's very useful, it's very playable, and
Brian
that's
X said
about it.
it's the KWH PQB pre-installed Gate Titan with a speed tunable trigger out of the box. It's not bad. I mean, right out of the box.
I mean, for us who I've seen the gun, it
Oh,
just
okay. Yeah, somebody just sent it to me. I see it. Yeah, I don't play with KWAs, so I don't know.
yeah, I was gonna say we're not a KWA strong family over here, and they should have worded that a little bit better. But I mean, for us who's been in it, probably look at the gun like that's pretty much a starter pack for somebody new or getting into SpeedQB. I mean, I think the gun is originally supposed to retail for like $200 or somewhere in that ballpark. So,
How much are they asking for that?
I think they said, "Hey,
$475. I mean, which
I'm
isn't
sorry."
crazy because a lot of KWAs are around what, 3 anyway. So you're probably your common denominator there. And with a Gate Titan in it, I mean, there's another $80-100 for it. I haven't bought it, so.
I mean, yeah, unless you absolutely know you're going AEG. I mean, yeah, that's right up your alley. Yeah, 475. My bad. I was wrong. I didn't know much about the gun anyway, so I could be wrong here, and it'll be fine. 475. Yeah, that's still like a starter gun per se for anybody just getting into it. But also, KWA is a really good brand. So, yeah, you're not. I guess that's something that like you can get into SpeedQB quite easily and go from there. From my understanding. So, yeah, there's that. Back to these lovely things.
It's those lovely things, or over here in my world where the 4.3 Conqueror is coming out. Because I done pre-ordered mine. Yes, you can go on the site and pre-order it.
Yes. He is dropping a 4.3 Conqueror. For the 4.3 boys out there, go ahead and be happy.
I am.
I know I'm not disrespected. I said go ahead and be happy.
Totally am.
There's some other stuff in the waters that I'm saving my money for. I'm sorry, I can't let y'all know. Not quite yet, anyways. Steve knows what I'm talking about.
I do.
So there's some other stuff in the mist that I'm waiting on. But I told y'all to pick one of these up. They're gonna be dope. And now what? Everybody got one. They're dope, and now everybody's trying to get one. And there's low quantities of these going around right now. I think LA Kappa is running low. SpeedQB has to be running low. Pick you a slot up before you have to wait for the next batch. Because I don't know when that will be. Um,
Because it really ain't telling when it's going to come back in. I mean, those they do take a lot, and I'm already talking about the 4.3 one already, and I don't even know, a confirmation if there's going to be a 4.3 one. I'm assuming there will be, because the Conqueror was a pretty big hit, and I remember us discussing it on the PVZ podcast back September, maybe October last
something
year,
like that.
something like that, right before it came out. And then so it came out, and that was 5.1 first. And then now he's just now getting to the point of the 4.3s. Naturally, that's why I'm after it. So, I'm assuming those are a big hit. They seem like a big hit. And people's going to want a 4.3 poison. If so, I'm all over it. I mean, I am. I'm all over it. If so.
I definitely. I don't know. I like mine. I don't know if I would trade it for a 4.3.
Obviously, I've said it a million times, is I like the 4.3s better. Being, mostly for the biggest fact is I don't have big hands. I got little hands. So a 4.3 just kind of fits better. It doesn't feel so, it's just a little bit longer. Like a comparison, here's a 5.1 slide to a 4.3 slide. So if y'all aren't really familiar with the comparison here, it's just a little bit bigger. So this one actually comes to about the same as my adapter before you even add an adapter to it. They just feel long, and the 4.3s are just, I get it. We don't get the first parts, 5.1 does. But, most of the stuff you can put anyways. You can just swap out. They're hybrid kind of ways.
Right.
Besides the outer barrel and the slide itself. But, blowback units, and then taking a 5.1 inner barrel, which is what I have. So it's like barely hidden in that. A 5.1 inner barrel, so it's a 112.5. 9-ball 600 barrel in that. So if I took this adapter off, it'd be hanging out. So I get the 5.1 distance,
out of a 4.3.
Out of a 4.3. And then 5.1s, you can take a 5.1 and put an adapter on it and put a 6 in it. And you get a little bit more FPS and, accuracy, a little bit of range, but it's not probably going to be noticeable. I've personally never had one of those yet, so we'll see.
And as most of y'all know, anytime LA Capra comes out with a slide of their own or a collaboration, there's a number in it. And I bet y'all wonder, what number did you get? I got number 71. So, I'm up there. I'm in the top 100. And it's dope. Let me know what slide number y'all got. I'm just kind of curious of where they landed of all the numbers. I know, well,
Totally missing out on comments over here, but I got messages going on that are pretty important too.
I'm looking at them, trying to choose between the two new slides. Dude, I would personally say it's a personal choice. Go with what
between? What is he choosing between?
The new slides.
Which the Poison and the Conqueror, maybe?
Yeah. I'm assuming he's talking about the Poison 5.1 and the Conqueror 4.3. Or, well, you can get the Conqueror.
The Conqueror 5.1 too, though. Maybe he's still got it. Those are serial number 2 and stuff. I like the Conqueror. It's got enough cutouts in it. If you already had the Poison 4.3, would I choose that over a Conqueror? Probably. But the Conqueror looks dope. It does, and it's got the serial numbers in it. It's dope. There's no way around it, or any other way to say it. It's a dope look. So that, and you do get the cutouts by the blowback unit, so you can use different colors. So I'm gonna be in black, teamed up with the tornado barrel, 4.3 tornado barrel. So it's gonna look mint. And I swear I won't switch those two for a good while.
Man, I honestly would go with. I'd go with the poison, just because you're just like, and I know I'm seeing like partial towards poison because I have one, but besides that, design wise, they're really dope. You know, you don't have a back sight, so you're not chewing up nozzle springs. You're gonna blow out a nozzle spring. You get the same cutout as a Conqueror, and they're super, super light, dog. Super, super light.
They are. I thought it was gonna be a little heavier, and that's when I was like, and you ended up with a what, a 120 in it? That's what you're saying is 120.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I mean, you can do a little finesse in there. I think a 130 would be beautiful for it personally. The snappy boy would be sweet.
So I definitely would go with. I'd go with the poison. I'd skip everything else. I'll go with the poison, and I'd go from there. Plus, they're the hottest thing on the market right now.
That's facts. They really are, and I think that is a big thing. You know, I ain't gonna lie, it's partial to wanting to get one. You know what I mean? They are the newest slide. They are the topic right now. But they are bad. I give it that. They are nice.
So, yeah, I just go with a poison, dog. You're not gonna regret it. You get to be on the hype train, and then for two, badass. They are 100% badass. And for the people out in the world who have the number 1 and the number 2 slide, I'm gonna need y'all to refrain from actually putting that on a gun and like go set that up on a shelf and admire that. Real talk. Because nobody else, like, you don't understand. Like, I know I got number 71. I'm part of the top 100 gang. That's cool. I mean, like, it's not the number 1, but like, it's still up there. It's still top 100.
Facts.
But for the people who have the number 1 and number 2 in whatever color, y'all have like, I don't even want to call it gold because I feel like I have.
I would think that either Sutton's got it or somebody from Speaky B's got it.
Fair enough.
I would think. I mean, if it was me personally and I was in Sutton's position and I made those, I'd be like, nah, bro. Guess who gets number 1?
Man, then even if you have number 2, I still wouldn't play with that just because it is true. Like, that is diamonds. I appreciate that. Yeah, top 100 is still lucky. Like, I am highly appreciative of being in the top 100. I really do. I really do appreciate it. But if you have number 2, dog, don't play with that. At least for a little bit. At least until a new slide drops, like the Conqueror 4-3. Like, until the Conqueror 4-3 drops, I wouldn't play with it. Just because you get to say, I have the number 2 slide. Because nobody else is going to have it. Nobody else is going to have the 1 or the 2. Now, 3 and down. Well, I'll say it like this. If you have the top 5, don't play with those for a little while. Just hold on to them, admire them, show them off. It's like having the catch of the day. You show it off, you admire it, and then you go back home and you eat it. Because if you mess it up now, you're gonna be sad. I know I'd be sad. I wouldn't use it though. It literally would sit in my room. Maybe not in my room, but like it'll definitely sit around and be shown off before I used it. See, yeah, I'd let them definitely sit. Like, you don't want to. It's. I don't know. Like, at that point, you're just kind of like, I don't know. I just wouldn't mess with it. I just wouldn't mess with it. I leave it alone. I'd show it off. I'll post it a lot, and then I'll start using it. Then I'll start putting stuff in it. But even then, it might be slow process. I don't know, man. But yeah, if you got a poison slot, let me know what number you got. I'm kind of curious to where they landed in the world. So 71 in Kentucky. Your boy has it. Steve literally pre-ordered his like the hour of for the 4-3 Conqueror, so I'm expecting high numbers from him.
Hopefully. I don't even care what number it is, honestly. I just want it. I need it. And I don't know when it'll be here yet, so I got an idea, but I don't know if I can say that yet, so.
And then yeah, we got some stuff in the future to be looking forward to.
Oh, and for y'all that reading the podcast on mine, so if you're watching on my end and you see on the title it says podcast Coffee and Airsoft number 4, my keyboard is crap and it keeps going out on me, so I couldn't change that. I just went ahead and hit go with it, and it was the last one that was saved. So I'll change that later. My bad. Not that it can be hard.
Yeah, I think I think that's a design he's gonna permanently stick with as far as making new slides. Like anytime he has a slide, it's gonna have a number to it, and I don't know. You just get to feel special and a part of a group.
You've been poisoned. Nathan asks, what is a good light blowback unit? Personally, I think the Edge V2 is 15 grams or something like that. I think it's 15 something. And I think mine is the Edge, and it's 16 grams, I believe. It's stupid light. I mean, it is stupid light. I don't know. I mean, unless I busted out some scales, I don't keep scales. I'm not that. I don't care that much. But you can have even the cow BO2. That's what there it is right there. The BO2. It looks like this. It has purple. So that's a cow BO2. It's even, besides that rattling, really light. I'd suggest getting the BO1 cow or the Edge. The ultra light Edge. They come in all kinds of colors. So
yeah, I definitely would go with the Edge.
Yeah, and the Edge nozzle's been doing good. Now I asked in one of the Facebook groups, somebody posted, they was talking about the Edge standard nozzle was having issues. Like in the middle of it, it was like ovaled out. I guess that was from a bad batch. She said it was a standard version. I got the short stroke version, and I mean mine is crisp, and they're blue. The nozzle, not the housing. But if you got a housing, you need a good nozzle to go with the housing, and good seal, good gasket, good compression. If you don't have none of that, then you can have all the bells and whistles of the gun you want, but if it ain't got no compression, it ain't shooting correctly, it'll be just an expensive piece of crap. Personally,
it's more of a pretty
expensive piece of crap. Like if it's not working, we put so much money into them. We want them to work, and the first place to start on upgrading a TM is compression. Like make sure you got a good BBU, good nozzle, good seal within that, the O-ring, a good bucking. Make sure your hop up is not crap or got anything going on with it. And so you got a good nozzle seal to bucking seal, so you have good compression all the way through. And if it's shooting great, I mean, you can make a sleeper build, like a TM right out of the box. You know, you put a good BBU in it and good bucking in it, you've already,
got it up.
Yeah, you're already got it up before you even.
All right, I don't know if, and I could honestly ask Sutton, but I'd prefer to ask the group just because it's a question. Anybody know what that means right
Shit, I
there?
don't.
I know. I that's been rattling in my head. Like, if anybody
I
knows
know
what
it's on
that,
the slide, but I was like
anybody know what
or
that,
something like that. D
if anybody know what that means,
DS.
message me.
I think it's D something.
And yes, Pedro, you are absolutely correct. If you're going to have a TM, go ahead and get ready to swap out the plastic slot. It's not going to last long.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can use it. I mean, I have a 4.3 slide right here. It's stupid light, but man, they just sound so different. Um, and it's just a matter of time. I mean, you really, I see no reason to put a really strong recoil spring in this. I think the stock one is perfect for this, but I mean, imagine putting a 140 or a 170 spring in this. You're bound to break it like quick. They're not all that strong. Plus, putting blowback units in them sucks ass. I mean, I'll say it for what it is. They don't like to go in too well. You have to kind of pop it in there, so it won't just fall in there like an aluminum one. You actually have to pop it. You heard that pop, and it won't just fall out either. That's something I hate. I do not
At
like.
least you know you got good fitment, though.
True, but I don't like that. But they are. I mean, they look cool. Um,
They have their place.
yeah, I mean they do. And the outer barrels for them are plastic too,
No,
stock.
nope, nope.
Um, you
That's a
can
name.
find these in threaded. I've had one. I just sold one not too long ago. So you can find them. But I I wouldn't suggest keeping it. Which this ain't as bad as the slide. So you have them picking up. I mean, you can budget a. Most slides are what between 119 to 130, something like that. Is your average
100,
slide, especially on loan,
150.
or all the way up. That's the first slide I've ever seen that much. Like I haven't seen anything, but I don't mess with Glock. I don't mess with. I don't see an AAPO1 upper being that much unless it's a whole kit and caboodle.
This is also facts.
So, but TM, I've never seen a slide that much unless it's probably cooks your dinner and polished in gold. It better be for that much. Yeah, for speed purposes, it will crack in seconds. So,
Facts.
I mean, with the speed pistols, you want them. I mean, genuinely. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I have the whole thing figured out, but genuinely, you're gonna want something that's quick in cycle rate because you're gonna want to shoot fast. But also something with a really, really, really light trigger, so you can shoot fast. You can get adjustable triggers by Edge. Cow makes them as well, so you can get it to the point of adjusting it to where as soon as it fires and it pulls that pin, then that's it. There's no more dead draw there. So you can get that sit there. You can get a really light hammer spring. I mean, the stock one is perfect, really. Cow Trident springs will help make a lighter trigger pull. I mean, you just want that kind of thing at a fast cycle rate, but nothing that's going to slam the slide, just slam it too much. And then, I mean, short stroking them. Most people short stroke them. And then you can go the extra mile like I did with the short stroke nozzle and the cow. Now this is the one I brought up earlier. The cow guide rod. It's the first one I've ever tried. I wish I'd have known this sooner, Esmond. I really would have, because I would have loved to have one a while back ago. Here, I'm not gonna pull this one out. I have one sitting right here. So it has that extra spring in it right there. So what it helps to do, it's actually more like a short stroke, and you can get these in a hard and a medium, or like a hard, medium, and soft.
Yeah.
Spring for the inside, and it is a two-piece guide rod, so you can take these off. And the cows come with the 4.3 and a 5.1 end, so you can change these. These are great, and not to mention, does it help it not only does it help it give more short stroke, it helps take up some of that recoil too. So it's not so, pow pow. I mean, it's not like it's a real firearm, anyways. But that extra, here, I'll show you. I'll put this back on. So this is my short when I just pull, but if I push harder, that's that spring engaging. Just a little bit of push. It actually takes a lot to push. Like I said, it's taking up that extra recoil of pop, which in turn, that slightest amount can help you with your accuracy of staying on target.
I got the same thing over here.
So they are super great, for sure. So I should definitely suggest getting these as well.
Yeah, I got one, or I had one sitting around, and I threw it in my gun, and then I got another one off of a buy, and I gave it to Steve, and then I was like, "Here, Steve, go ahead and use this one," just to explain how that came about. And as soon as he used it, he was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, and I don't think I'll go back. I think I'll continuously use them from now on. Plus it being two-piece, but I don't have the problem with the 4.3 thing anyways. And I mean, I say it to anybody with the 5.1. If you have a 5.1, put a 4.3 plug in your 5.1 with a 5.1 or a 4.3 guide rod. You can get away with the 5.1 guide rod with a 4.3 plug, but your guide rod's going to stick out without your plug. Except on one like this. This hides in there. The guide rod would actually hide there, but you see it's missing because there's no, the plug's there. It's just a 4.3 plug with a 4.3 guide rod. And that's to be able to actually get short strokes on there. Because when you add a 5.1 plug and a 5.1 guide rod, and then like 4 short strokes, good luck getting it in there. Like, good luck. I mean, you're going to fight it so much. So it's just easier to go with the 4.3 plug and 4.3 guide rod. It's just easier.
Yeah, like it's it is such a minor little thing that you can overlook that'll make the world of a difference.
Yeah.
And the guide rod is just that little bitty thing that you added to that, and it's just mint.
Which is something that I liked. And I had a conversation with Caleb a while back ago, and just the smallest thing blew my mind. I was like, how did I not know this? The pin, your little slide catch pin.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all notice I just did that without even racking it back? Because you don't need, on the top of these pins, so mag catches, I said mag catches, slide catch, there's a little nub there. You really don't need that nub on there. That's the little thing that goes, so when you would rack your slide back, you have the 2 windows. You'd have your one to engage when it's not short stroked, which would say, hey, I'm out of ammo. And then you would have your other one for putting your slide on. But if you just shave that off, it'll stay right there, because there's actually a plunger. If you've ever got in your TM before, there's a plunger on this side and on this side for your safety that goes all the way through the edge of that right in there. So that's what holds that on. But that little bitty extra thing can help you get that extra buffer on that you want. And it's just that simple, and it will not come out as long as your plunger's there.
Mm-hmm.
But just little things like that can make your experience with a TM so much more convenient, opposed to over there like trying to hold this son of a bitch, and then you're trying to get a spring in or break a laptop. That's how exactly I broke my laptop, was a recoil spring. The guide rod. I was holding it like this, and it shot. Hit my laptop screen.
That's
true story, man. It sucks.
Happens to the best of us. It does.
Right.
But as y'all know, playing with airsoft or having airsoft, there come a cost. basically. So, Steve, unless you got something else to
I don't
talk about.
actually. If you want to, I'm gonna give a for y'all that are on my channel. I'm gonna do a breakdown video of this thing. What's going on in it? Probably Friday, maybe. Then that'd be it for me. But I do have a beautiful wife that's looking at me.
Mhm.
She's smiling like she's embarrassed, kind of smiling laugh.
All right. Well,
I'm
it's
gonna attend to
approaching.
her. Thank you though for letting me jump on here with you guys.
But I appreciate you coming on here. It's been me by myself the last few ones, and it's kind of nice to have a face on here. And it's approaching the hour of. So unless y'all got something in the comments that y'all really want to know or are really, if you really want to know something, you can either message me. My DMs are always open. I'm always up for a good conversation. Steve's always open for a conversation.
I'm sorry if I don't get back to you at first either, because sometimes I come through requests and I'm like, oh, I didn't see that until like a week later. I'm like, I'm so sorry, bro.
Y'all can always hit us up. If you got any questions about the poison slout or just, hey Megan, or you got something you just want to know, hit us up. Our DMs are always open. So, without further ado, this has been another great episode in the Lion's Den. I gladly had Steve QB on mine to show us his pistol build, and I will catch y'all on the next one. And I promise you, we'll be up and running a lot smoother next week.
Awesome.
Peace.